everybody, and thank you for joining us again for the second part of our discussion on cybersecurity insurance and how that may affect you, whether you have onshore and offshore staff. The next questions were to Luke Blues, who is from Control Group. They're a cybersecurity specialist.
So my name's Luke. I am the head of penetration testing at Control Group. I have about 15 years in cybersecurity and IT in general.
First question for you, Luke, would be, what are the differences between the services you provide as a cybersecurity specialist versus what an IT company may provide? Thank you.
So CTRL Group or Control Group is we're a pure play cybersecurity company. So what that means is we don't specialize or do any implementation. We don't manage servers. We don't build anything. All we do is specifically focus on the cyber risks and the services associated with that. So our key strengths lie in our SOC, monitoring, defensive, proactive defense with that, penetration testing, governance, risk and compliance. So those processes and policies that Martin was talking about, we provide the uplift and the implementation of those, the development of those, and overall roadmaps for companies. I think the separation there and the specialization allows us to sort of really drill deeply into the specific cyber and risk needs of a business, as opposed to being more of a generalist, providing technical support, etc. Those sort of things that I think Martin's business does really well. Generally, we're in multiple different areas. So largely what we see is that we engaged in either incident response in something like a breach, like where Optus has apparently been breached. We'll go in and we'll provide guidance and playbooks and incident response. So we're discovering the threats, etc. And that will lead into asset discovery, risk discovery, and threat mapping for an organization through our GRC and advisory areas. So help the business to identify what are their key risks. I mean, these businesses don't necessarily know, especially if they're not security orientated, and a lot of the market isn't. And then helping to actually identify and classify those risks, we say following up with penetration testing, where we'll actually take and assign a risk value to each of those technological controls that are missing, or whether it's a people and process issue, and we'll help you identify those so that you can address them. We would always advise engaging the services of a pure cybersecurity company. They have the specialist in-depth knowledge and the personnel and specialist techniques and knowledge to be able to assist there. And then further to start to engage and look at engaging in risk transfer activities, such as using a cyber insurance provider. The resources that they have available may not necessarily be something that your average company can access directly. And that wealth of knowledge and wealth of experience to help them assist and respond between a cybersecurity company and a cyber insurance provider, you're getting essentially the best of both worlds and offloading a lot of the risk or minimizing a lot of the risk to your business. We provide a lot of guidance and advice around how to manage and protect their supply chain, whether that is they have developers offshore and how is the code development monitored, secured, where that data sits, especially in Australia. There's large laws, depending on contracts that you're bidding for, especially with government, around data sovereignty and where that can and can't sit, who can and can't access it. So we provide a lot of guidance around how to securely access and securely allow your remote employees to be efficient and to still engage with this information while maintaining compliance with those data sovereignty laws. So things like supplying remote access architecture solutions, process documents, policies, and standards that enforce those for the company policies. Right. No, hopefully you have a robust incident response plan. So the first step that we'd always advise clients, especially if they are somewhat mature or are engaged with us, they will have one, is to engage the incident response plan and then to engage their cyber insurance provider. Again, drawing back on that knowledge and the technical resources they have will allow you to actually really feel out exactly what the impact is to your business, classify it, determine how you're going to move into a business continuity phase if that's necessary, and eliminate the risk from your environment. This will help with identifying the threats, responding to them, handling the fallout of a breach, and that's not necessarily just external and brand reputation. That can be internally about loss of faith in the security of an organization, the processes, the people, the policies that you've already deployed, and the awareness within an organization, and just trying to manage those expectations and that those practices within a business, and trying not to overreact is also something that we see a lot, where companies will swing wildly the other way, and it's not necessarily the best thing for a company, especially in a point of volatility after a breach.